class, welcome back to another video. Today I am back in Minecraft school, and last episode I actually said that today's class was gonna be building, but I kind of got you wrong. So actually today's class is going to be on redstone. Redstone has a lot of things to cover, so we might not make it. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. We might not make it in one video. It might be different parts. So let's get into it. As you all know, redstone is basically the power of Minecraft. Redstone is the most useful tool for when you're trying to make circuits or any kind of thing. Redstone is basically, like I just said, the power of Minecraft. That's how most people make huge buildings or TNT explode, all through the power of redstone. First things first, I'm gonna go outside. You guys can stay in here, and I'm gonna show everyone how to use redstone. So everyone, redstone is not too complicated once you understand how to use it. So let's go over here and clear. Okay, that's filament one. Clear an area for us to build our redstone. First things first. Most people know how to use levers and redstone dust and dispensers and stuff. You place the lever down, the redstone dust out of it, and do that. It activates, but nothing really happens except it glows up. Well, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to put basically an input out of it, like a redstone lamp. Then it lights up and does something. Or piston. Then it does whatever the piston does. And then a dispenser. Now dispensers are a little bit different. When you're using a dispenser, you must put something inside of this dispenser for it to work. It shoots things out. It also does this with things like arrows or fire charge. Also, redstone is very useful with redstone repeaters and redstone comparators. When you use a lever in redstone dust the lever can only reach out 15 blocks of redstone dust, and then it stops being powered. That is where redstone repeaters come in. Repeaters, when you place it down, it basically repeats the pattern. You can do it all over again to however long you want. And you can make your lever go on, well, through the end of the Minecraft world. But usually people don't usually do that unless they're making a world tour with, well, a minecart or something. But I would usually just use redstone blocks. So, that's how you use redstone repeaters. Comparators are a little different. They look kind of the same, except they have this one end on them. When you place a comparator down, this is how it will look. You can turn that one off and on. Also, when you get a lever in redstone, you can place the lever like this redstone and do that. Or you could do that. For some reason, this is not working. Oh, you have to go all the way around. There you go. Make sure that you're using it like that it has connects right there, because if you use it like this, it will not repeat. But redstone comparators are basically just to make things happen on and off. So if I get a redstone lamp, put redstone dust, the redstone lamp, I'm going to put actually a repeater, and repeaters are also good for timing. If I put a repeater like that, then, well, I usually use things like dispensers for this. This is especially good with dispensers because you can like make things shoot out automatically, like arrows. So let's get ourselves some arrows and put them inside. Once you turn this off and then turn it back on, it'll start shooting arrows. Don't know why it's not working. Let's try that one more time. It should be making it shoot out, just make it keep like going. Maybe this will work. Let's put 2. There we go. You can't make it go straight from the signal. You have to make it something like this. So now let's put a bunch of arrows in. There we go. This is good for things like guard towers, or making like a mini-map game. Like where you get killed. It would be a very hard mini game, but that's what comparators are for. To rapidly shoot something over and over again. You can even do this with even more. Oops. Um, you could do it over and over again, however many times you want. You can just have so many arrows shooting out. It's unbelievable. You have shooting out time, killing people easily, or making an XP farm, which would actually be a good idea, or a painting farm. But I don't know why you would make a painting farm. So that's basically what compared us for. Moving on, now we have more things like TNT and all of this. You might be kind of confused if you're new to Minecraft about all of these things. But now we're going to be working on 2 daylight sensors. Daylight sensors are very important when you want to make streetlights. On my cities that I sometimes make, never really finish them, more like a small village, I use redstone lamps for the lights. But if I don't want them, well, I'm not going to be able to turn it on unless I want it to look really bulky, which I usually don't want. So, and I don't want it to be on a day, but only at night. That's where daylight sensors come in. Daylight sensors will sense time of day to turn on your lamp. You can either have it at this setting or right click it and make it at night. So when night arrives, it'll turn on. Data sensors are very easy to control. They're just, and also you could have it like no, do one. Okay, it's very useful for things that you like. Explosions. I love explosions. Um, and gonna get annoying. There we go. Let's see how many arrows. Inventory stack. Yeah, that's a lot of arrows. Okay, so basically, that's a daylight sensor. And also, Redstone has more things like hoppers, which you might not understand very much. But hoppers are very, very easy to understand. Let's say, we have a furnace and we have coal, but we don't want to go all the way. Let's do this inside, just so you may have a better idea of how to use it. Let's say we're here, but the board's all the way over there. Oh, so far away. To get outside to your furnace, but you need to cook something. Yeah, and it already has the coal in it. Or you could have it like the hopper is attached to there. You can attach it to a machine, and you don't want to go all the way outside around and then dark to put your coal in. So you could just put your coal in the hopper, and it starts emptying out into the furnace. I can see this being used in many different ways, like it already has been. You do that, and then I guess you could put in pork chops, and the pork chops each go in, well, let's wait for this to come far out. When your stuff is done, you can just, like, have it in there, and then just put the coal in through the hopper, and then it's all emptied out into the coal. Or you could just have your furnaces like this. But works exactly the same with chests. If you want a very big storage, there are either two things you can do. Either if you want like to have one chest, but you want that chest to be able to hold more than just two chests worth, you could put hoppers. Let's say we put a chest right there, and we want to put stuff in it, but like have a certain thing to go in this chest, and just put a bunch of hoppers down into the chest. And you just fill these with whatever we want, and then every time something starts running out, hoppers will move down to the hoppers, and it'll just automatically refill for you. I can see this working in like a store instead of having to use like yourself and pretending that you're like the manager and you just restock everything. You can see that being very useful, kind of like storage thingy, I guess. And now moving on. Now we have trap chest. We're moving on to the trap chest, which is very useful for things like mini maps. I can see it being used in mini map using like traps. You could put like a trap chest that you can't see behind it, but there's a piece of TNT and you could just open it. Yay, I got one. Wait, where's all the stuff? And then you come out and the TNT explodes. How does this work? Well, a trap chest is basically a redstone chest that has a redstone staple attached to it. Whenever it's open, it activates the redstone dust to whatever is behind it, or any redstone input that's behind it. And then you're like, oh wow, it's a chest with redstone and TNT. I'm gonna look. Obviously, you would be able to hide your redstone a little bit easier than that. Maybe making yourself your very own like thing. Maybe putting like a slab over it. The greatest chest in the world. Open it, and then yeah, it starts to explode. Why isn't it working? I don't think we can crowd it. It's not working. Let's try it this way. Okay, this trap chest is broken. Whatever. Well, that's basically what trap chests are for. Now moving on to more things like the piston and the piston are very useful for when you make a big construction, but you just can't get the redstone block to move up. Like maybe you want a piece of TNT to be high in the sky. Sky high, high in the sky, however you want to say. And you want to put your levers like this, put this right there. But you want this redstone block to push up to this piece of TNT. You might be like, it's not working and it's deflating it. That makes no sense. But what you have to do is you're gonna have to put a piston here. I'm just gonna do this in the video. Put that up, and then I'm just doing this. You don't have to do this. And